YouTube, we're back. Philly, just Cowboys got the W. Man, what a day, what a day, what a day. The Jags disappointed. The Eagles did what we all said they were going to do. And so much more. But listen, it's your boys here on the SuperBiased Sports Show. This is a place where a fan can be a fan no matter how biased their takes are. It's your boy T-Time, and I'm going to let my homeboys introduce themselves.
Man, it's your boy Austin, man. Patriots and 4-12. Expectations were way too high for this team. But what's going on, man?
Well, y'all already know, man. The bottom. NFL guru. Jalen, you had one job. One job. One job.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's that New York Giants, baby. Yeah, you know what it is.
What we started with?
Oh, man.
Go ahead and cook, man. Like, you might as well round it up. You go talk about what took place, because to me, it's absolutely hilarious. I'll be honest with you. I had softball practice with my team, so I didn't really get to see much, but I've been checking scores and looking at some updates. What a day. What a day. So, Bob, go ahead.
What a playoff seeding day it was.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And your boy Joe is in here.
Great season, huh? Okay. Anyway, so let's start there. Like you said, let's start there. Campaign. Hold up. Yeah, that was a bad day for the Eagles fans.
Woo!
Like I always say, Jalen Hurts is who we said he was. He didn't have Brown for the majority. He didn't have Smith. So pretty much he didn't have no wide receivers out there. And what he did? Well, he threw
nothing.
Like 2 picks or 3 picks before they yanked him.
Man. Phew.
And then y'all want to be hard on Daniel Jones because y'all still have one of the best offensive lines, by the way. But
they were getting that line was getting torched today.
It looked like the Giants line when we started the season.
That line was getting torched today, bro.
I wanted the Giants to lose personally because one of the better draft picks. But then when I seen how they just was running up the score on them boys, I wasn't even watching the game. I was watching Red Zone. And every second I'm seeing Giants highlights. It was Giant highlight after Giant highlight after Giant highlight. No Eagle highlight.
Jalen Hurts, 7 for 16, 55 yards, and 1 interception.
This man didn't even break 80 yards passing, bro. He probably didn't even have 80 yards total because he rushed for about 2?
Jalen Hurts rushed for 4.
Oh, 4. So he didn't even have a total of 60 yards. An NFL QB in 2 quarters. Let me understand this. In 2 quarters into 5 and what were they? 5 and 9 Giants?
Mm-hmm. No, 5 and 11.
Oh, my fault. 5 and 11 Giants. And you couldn't get 60 yards at least. Or 80 yards. And then people were saying, "Oh, he's gonna win MVP this league, this year." Come on, man. Come on.
Sheesh.
The Eagles are gonna be an early exit, like we were saying. I just wish Giants caught spicy a little bit early because we was playing decent throughout the season, just a bunch of injury.
Right.
But you said Tyrod, right?
Huh?
Tyrod.
You said
Tyrod
you
looked
wish they
good.
went over to Tyrod?
Nah, I wish we started this earlier hour playing decent. But
My thing is like, I feel like if y'all would have went to Tyrod a little bit sooner, things could have been a little bit different for y'all.
And then Tyrod was
He's looked good.
set
He
too,
looked good.
because Tyrod, I think if he had started like 4 more games or something like that, he would have got like a mil, 1.5 or something. Like one of those things in the contract, and he was upset when they said DeVito going to be started and Tyrod.
Come on, man!
But he won. This man won what? 3 out of 4 at one point. So
yeah,
the Eagles, man, they
Mickey Mouse playoff bound. Mickey Mouse playoff bound.
They go into the playoffs, but imagine being in the first seed in the NFC for the whole season, pretty much until the last 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, I think the downfall was week 13. Then they bounced out of the first playoff seed.
Yeah,
and
but
the Niners
the
Niners.
But the thing is, with the with Philly, they don't really have any big injury that took place. Like their team is their team. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Swift, who they added, who was supposed to take that team to another level. They still have their offensive line completely intact. That deep, Jalen Carter and what's the other one?
Jordan Davis,
right?
Yeah.
Like the players, Darius Slay, like so. What excuse do the Eagles have? Because we have been getting hated on all year long for challenging the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, y'all just haters. But what happened? Like, what happened? What happened to this team? Like, we've said it because this has been the team all year long. We said Philly has just been squeaking by.
I don't want to hear that because Last was saying that, not Last, but B-Rob was saying what he just said, and they said, nah, we gonna be straight.
Yeah, he did. That was a big question at the beginning of the year. Is Philly gonna overcome new coaches? Oh no, we're good. Now the coaching is the problem. My thing is like when people, I wasn't calling out the Eagles because I disliked them. I was being unbiased and I was talking football and saying what I actually saw. That Jalen Hurts didn't look good, that their defense is completely suspect from top to bottom, all of these things, but I was being labeled as a hater. All to find out what did they end up with their record? 5-6 losses?
11-6.
11-6.
But
they were supposed to be 13-win team.
They had
in the second half.
Yeah, like they was what 2-4 or something. It was crazy.
Something like that.
Wow, an Eagles fan admitted they're wrong. Holy moly, donut shop. Okay, I respect it.
I'm just saying, like we were saying this, and not as haters, as of being as objective as we possibly could. Maybe a little bit of hate mixed in, but I mean, I was being real. Philly was just squeaking by in some of those games, and they were getting lucky. And somebody else said it. What did they say? The ref stopped helping, bailed him out, and yeah, that definitely played a role. But I mean, now look, y'all done lost. They laughed. Philly fans laughed. Had such a healthy laugh when the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals. Turned around and lost to the Cardinals. Then y'all come out. Y'all don't just lose to the Giants. You lose to what is their third string quarterback in Tyrod Taylor.
Second string.
No, because at the beginning of the year, it was Danny Dimes, then DeVito, then it was Tyrod. That was their QB lineup.
Tyrod came in before DeVito though. Then he got hurt. Then Tommy DeVito had to come in.
And then Tommy DeVito.
Did he? He's third string now. Third string now. Anyway, at some point, they lost to the Giants, who Dallas aired them out twice, right? Like Giants, we thought Giants were tanking a few weeks ago. So it's like
Shoot.
that don't make sense. And regardless of whatever, Tyrod is not a starting quarterback in the NFL. Let's make that one clear. He is not on 32 teams. There's 32 quarterbacks that are going to start over Tyrod. He came in this game and beat a fully healthy Philadelphia Eagles. And the excuse that we're going to get is coaching. These are NFL players. When I complained about Kellen Moore being a terrible coach last year for our offense, no, Dak is trash, is this, is that. So which one is it? Is it coaching or is it the players? Y'all got to make up your mind, but we cannot keep moving the goalposts every single year. Is it coaching or is it the players? Like, let's make a decision right now. But what we do know is the Philadelphia Eagles lost 6 games this year. The team that was in the Super Bowl last year that lost by what? A touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
That's right, Jason. He can definitely get my starting QB spot. Yes, he can.
But listen, look at this statement. He's probably the best backup in the NFL.
He's probably top 5 backup, but
he's a backup. That's my whole thing. You lost to a backup quarterback. Y'all dogged us when it was Dallas. When we lost to old boy that went to 3 different teams, y'all dogged us. Come on, man. Something ain't right. Y'all 6-loss team. Y'all gotta humbly take that. And y'all was supposed to win the
blew out
division.
what? Maybe 1 or 2 teams this year.
Mhm.
They didn't blow nobody out.
No, they blew like 1 or 2 teams out, I believe it was.
No, they didn't.
I don't think so.
If they didn't, well, then I apologize.
I'm looking right now.
So, back to what Cam Newton was saying, game managers. Who's a game manager? Jalen Hurts is a game manager. I am sorry to break the news. He is a game manager, not a game changer.
A game changer could overcome bad coaching, right?
Exactly. A game changer could overcome not having his wide receivers hurt and still balling out.
If you call a 2-touchdown lead a blowout, then you had 2, but that's it. If you call 14 points a blowout, then he had 2.
He said cap, but I mean, like y'all said, 7-16 for 55 yards in an interception. That don't seem amazing to me.
I don't know about Baker Mayfield, man. I don't know about he better than Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield came in this season.
Wait. Are we saying Tyrod is better than Baker?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Hey, he turned.
Maybe everybody else, but not.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nah, Baker. Don't disrespect my boy Baker like that. Listen, Tampa Bay, what is this, 3 years in a row winning the division? And that's after Tom Brady. Like, they did it with Tom, and then Baker came in and still did it. You got to give that man some type of respect. Baker earned my respect when he went to the Rams last year, learned the playbook on the plane, and came out there and cooked. Don't disrespect that man.
Hey, he passed for over 4,000 yards this year, so.
Yeah, listen, stop it.
28 touchdowns.
Tyrod is not.
If Tyrod played the whole
better.
season, he's maybe getting 3,000. Maybe. Or he'll be underneath that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. But, I mean, in some other news, so with Philly fumbling the bag like they so lovely did.
Always.
The Cowboys win the division. We handled our business against a bad team today. And so before I jump into that, it will be interesting, though, to see with Philly, because it sounds like, if what I read, Jalen broke his finger, or at least injured one of his fingers on his throwing hand.
His finger was
I think his middle finger, I think.
It was his middle finger.
Because they said after it, he threw an interception. So that's a question mark for them. A.J. Brown went down with a knee injury, which they don't know what it is. It could be an MCL, could be an ACL. But either way, the chances of him being back out there next week is.
Oh, AJ walked off the field. Shoot.
But still,
Yeah, but you can walk with an ACL.
Yeah, I know.
ACL and an MCL.
but
So,
they have a smart quarterback, so that's not important.
They just showed a picture of Jalen Hurts' finger. It was like dislocated. His middle finger, his finger looked like this,
back and front.
and then it was up and out.
tough.
Yeah.
So he said, "Who do we play?"
Y'all play the Packers.
So this is what the NFC is looking like. You got the Eagles versus the Buccaneers. You have the Rams versus the Lions, and you got the Packers versus the Cowboys. I'm rolling with Dallas over the Packers. That one don't scare me.
Jordan Love's been looking good.
Yeah, I mean
that boy died.
We'll see.
At one,
we'll see.
He had his breakout year, so. I don't know. I think Jordan Love definitely surprised a bunch of people with his breakout year.
Jordan definitely surprised people.
Definitely surprised a lot of people.
I mean, this is a success for them.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a success. They got to the playoffs
with Rodgers.
Yeah.
To then making the playoffs with Love.
Yeah, you got to count that as success. You definitely have to count that as success. And I think for me, I think that the Eagles are going to have a little matchup because you still have Mike Evans over there, and him and Baker been cooking it up all year long. So that's a good matchup. They got a running game, they got receivers, they got a little defense. So that could be a nice little matchup. I will say this. I think that this is any given week, any given Sunday, any given team. So I'm not like I'm gonna have confidence in my team because we are moving in the right direction. Right. We're finishing on 2 wins and we're moving on up and we won the division. We got home field, which we absolutely need. So I like our chances against any team. That Rams-Lions game is going to be really interesting. I think out of all of these, I think that one can be a really, really interesting game.
Yeah.
Is it me or is Bonnet? Are you frozen? Is he?
Yeah,
is he
frozen? He's frozen on mine. He's frozen on mine too.
I'm still here. I'm talking, but yeah, I'm frozen.
Okay, all right.
Turn your camera off or turn it back on. Something like that.
Like the whole computer.
Yeah. Bugs, I'm right there with you. Without Aaron Rodgers, we getting our get back at this point, and I'm right there for it. Like I like it. So that's my thing. Baker, he said Baker is hurt. I watched the game today.
He's hurt quarterbacks. Yeah, he got his knee. He hurt his knee or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Now I agree. I agree though, Joe. I think the Lions-Rams matchup. I think that's going to be probably the most interesting because you got the Lions who have been good all year, but they had some up and down. You got the Rams though who started off bad and they just been working their way up. You do got that storyline of Matt Stafford coming now back to Detroit because that game is in Detroit. So there's a lot of storylines going. I mean, I think each of these have some type of history. The Packers and the Cowboys, obviously, there's a lot of history in there. I don't really know actually about the Eagles and the Bucks, but
that was the 2021 playoffs, wild card playoff matchup.
Oh, right. Yeah. So there's history all the way around with everybody. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. You know, for me, I'm not a Philly hater. I just say that like if AJ Brown is hurt, that makes your team a lot different. And Devonta Smith is, although everybody's gonna say he's a 1,000-yard receiver, but to me, him and Hurts haven't really been on the same page like you would expect for a QB wide receiver who's been together for 3 years now. So that to me would be something to think about. I wouldn't say it was really meaningless though, because if Dallas, Joe said that game was meaningless, but I don't think that's the case. I think that Dallas very easily could have lost. If y'all won that game, then it would have been different. But I mean, resting the players, I think everybody had to pick their poison. But I think that once some of y'all players got hurt, because in order for AJ Brown to get hurt, he would have had to been in the game. And for Jalen Hurts to get hurt, he would have had to been in the game. So I don't really know if they were resting. They ended up resting players because they probably didn't want to risk any more injury. But, I mean, the NFC is going to be really interesting. This next matchup tonight has got a lot of implication for what's to come over on the AFC side.
Yeah. I think so. What I think is if the Lions and Rams will be the best game if the Dolphins don't lose. If the Dolphins win, I think the Lions Rams is the best wild card matchup in the first week of the playoffs.
I'm speaking on the NFC side though.
Yeah.
NFC period.
Yeah. Now, so you saying what on the AFC?
Throughout the whole playoffs, I think. Well, the wild card weekend, I think the Bills. I think the Rams and Lions will be the best matchup by far.
Yeah. Okay.
Out of the entire weekend, I think that's the best matchup.
Yeah. Did you pull up any of like the AFC situation, like scenarios so far?
Yeah.
Run through that one real quick.
All right. So, if the Bills, whoever wins that game is automatically the 2 seed, and they win the AFC East. So that's locked in. Whoever wins that is the AFC East champ and is the 2 seed. If the Dolphins win, it pushes the Bills to the 7th seed. And if the Bills win, it pushes the Dolphins to the 6th seed.
Okay.
So
do we have any of those other matchups? Like who they're going to play?
So the 6th seed, if the Dolphins end up losing, which will go to the 6th seed, they play the Chiefs. Dolphins will play the Chiefs. The Bills
that's a Tyreek versus old team.
Yeah. And then the Bills would play the Texans.
Hey, that could be a good game, though.
Yeah.
Right? Could you imagine? Now think about that. Buffalo gets in. They go up against a young CJ Stroud. Could you imagine? What would be worse? Them getting in and losing to the Texans? Or what would the other matchup? If
it would be the Dolphins.
Go up against.
They'll play the Dolphins again.
So right now it's Bills versus Dolphins right now. Oh wait, no. Dolphins Steelers right now, Bills Chiefs. But if the Dolphins win,
I would take Buffalo over the Steelers.
No, okay. So it would be hold on, let's see. Okay, so a Bills win would send the Dolphins to the 6th seed. In that case, Buffalo would host Pittsburgh and Miami would travel to Kansas City. If the Bills win.
Hey, Buffalo with a home playoff game, though, no hate, no bias aside, that would be dope for Buffalo. I mean, that would be dope, especially the kind of season that they had with like up and down. I mean, they just got in because the Jacksonville Jaguars, they faked us out. Last year, we were praising the Jaguars. We said they were a year ahead of schedule. Oh, my God, they're going to be absolutely dogged us. Like, no respect, no love. Got no love for y'all. And not because and my thing is this, like, I just wanted this game tonight to be more interesting because of the narrative. Buffalo loses, they out. Like, that's a lot more interesting now. Like, this game don't matter to either team now. If I'm both of them, I'm resting my players. Who cares? Like,
Otto is rested. Looking at the
like, if Dolphins win, they play Buffalo.
Yeah, they play Buffalo.
Ooh. 3 times in 1 year?
Yeah. They did it last year, though. They did last year.
Yeah, they did. And they almost beat them, too. It's definitely going to be – I think right now, I like the NFC's matchups a little bit more. But ain't no clear cut in either. I mean, maybe the Ravens, but we've seen them. The Ravens against AFC teams is a lot different than they are against NFC teams. The Ravens in the Super Bowl give them the championship. Ravens got to get to the Super Bowl, though. So it's like now you start to look at it. As long as they don't say it.
No, I was saying, as long they could always end up playing the Steelers or the Browns. And if they run into the
Mhm.
Browns, I don't know.
Because they get the lowest seed after wild card weekend. So
Right.
and the Browns are the 5th seed. So
To me, the Browns is a sleeper team in this.
yeah.
With
Mhm.
and people might not consider them a sleeper, but I mean, you got a backup quarterback and a backup running back, right?
Mhm.
You lost both of those important pieces to season-ending injuries. You got Joe Flacco up off his couch. That's a Cinderella story. Like that one might trump the Nick Foles story. Like if you could get Joe Flacco, he carries the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
That's funny all in itself
I
right
watched.
there. Like that would be
Hey,
crazy. So
hey, the Browns are B-Rob's sleeper Super Bowl team. The
Mhm.
Browns are B-Rob's sleeper Super Bowl team, bro.
I'm right there too, though. Like
Because
that could be really interesting.
Mhm.
I mean, you got Amari Cooper, you got Jerome Ford, and you got Joe Flacco, right? Like
Mhm.
out
And
of
Elijah
those
Moore.
names, if you said those names
Joe
3
Cool.
months ago, you would be like, okay, they got Amari Cooper, right? Like, cool.
Yeah.
But you're looking at Joe Flacco out here, like, man's turned the clock back and been balling. Like him and Amari, like they've been playing together for years. So that could be scary for some teams. So I'm right there. He said if Browns play Ravens, they'll win. It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be a good game.
What do you say? He always got to bring up the Eagles. I brought up the Eagles?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't think I did, but yeah, that's the.
The Eagles in the playoffs.
I don't know,
Very
but
short span, so we barely spoke on that.
yeah, I mean,
Hey,
it's
gonna be
Eagles just better not be
interesting
one and
weekend.
done. That's all I know.
It's
Don't
gonna be
worry.
an
It
interesting
definitely is.
Injuries. We don't have our full wide receiving core. The coaching is just terrible. We get some better coaching. I'm just giving all the excuses that's gonna happen. That's all I'm saying.
But this is the thing, right? Okay, if coaching is a problem, you go get new coaches. Isn't that going to be the same issue next year then?
They got to learn the
You-
coaching.
It's another coach, a new system, this and that. So it's definitely going to be interesting. But I don't know, man. This Buffalo game, if the I just wish that, like I said, if the Jags would have won their game, which I don't know how they like.
Their
What happened?
game would have been Raheem Mostert and Waddle Prop. They probably still wouldn't have played because Miami was in anyway. But the game just would have meant so much more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Coaching makes a difference depending on the team. But okay, depending on the team that just played in the Super Bowl. Like what that's the thing that I'm confused about. Like I get it. Coaching would matter with a rookie quarterback, like in Carolina. Like, yeah, you got a small quarterback. You need the right coaching staff, the right scheme. But the Philadelphia Eagles, I mean, they go back to the beginning of the year. A lot of people didn't even have Dak in the top 20 as a quarterback, like keeping it funky. Jalen Hurts was up there. I mean, people were putting Mahomes and Jalen. Like, that was a conversation at one point.
But you remember, I was calling it the whole time. I was like, I put Dak in front of Hurts.
For sure.
But I don't know. I guess because his numbers was juiced because of the tush push, I guess.
It just a lot of that just it's funny to me because like the only thing that I've been saying about Jalen is that how long has he been in the league? Like everyone just it was like, okay, he took them to the Super Bowl last year, which was great. Like I'm not going to take that away from him, but you can't crown him God after 1 year. Like the first year in the league, he didn't do anything. So he got AJ last year. Well, clearly that's going to make a difference. Look what happened when Dak got Amari after having nobody, right? Like Dak went on a whole little run. So that makes a difference. But they put it together. They got to the Super Bowl. That was great. but I needed to see him this year. And Jalen this year is not an MVP caliber quarterback. And it's questionable to even have him in the top 5 right now.
He's
like that's a legit thing.
And 12 to 18 quarterback.
Hey.
And I'm just saying, there's a ton of quarterbacks out there that I would choose over Jalen Hurts. Not just being Hayden, just watching the football game. It's just bad. It's just bad. And now everybody got the script on how to do them.
So this is one question. This is one thing that I want to say, because it's been brought up all year, and I think this is a problem that people have. So Joe is like, Dak is going to do nothing but go home. Okay, but we're talking about this season. We're not talking. The playoffs haven't started yet. Talk to me about the 17 games that your team has played. We're not talking about the playoffs, because there's not one team that's got a guaranteed shot to a Super Bowl. Any one of these teams could lose, they could win. We'll talk about that next week. Talk to me right now, though. Don't keep asking me questions about what is the Cowboys going to do in the playoffs. I don't know. Let's talk about the season. Exactly. Let's talk about 6 games that y'all lost. Let's talk about that. Let's have that. We can have that conversation. That's not a what if. What if the Eagles lost 6 games? No, they lost 6 games. Let's talk about that. Stop asking me about next week. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not God. I don't know what's coming. I don't even know what tomorrow's is. I could talk to you about the 6 games that the Eagles lost. I could talk to you about the 5 games that the Cowboys lost, right? Like, I could talk to you about that. I could
talk to you about the 12 games the Patriots lost.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's talk. I'm bringing up last year and this year. He's talking about the playoffs that haven't even started yet. Like, why are we talking about playoffs that haven't started yet? All we ever said about all these was they could be really interesting. That's all we can say about them, because they didn't happen. Let's talk about right now. My question, though, is how did Jalen Hurts, with only 3 years of football in the NFL, how did he get crowned so high when, in my opinion, Jalen Hurts only had 1 good year, which was last year? That's my question.
Only because they made the Super Bowl. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I guess making the Super Bowl will do that to you.
But look at this right here, man. As we can see, let me see. Y'all see it, right? Where's Hurts on this list? 13. Passing yards.
He's down there.
Hey, he surpassed his total by 100 this year from last year.
Hold on. Let's go to the most important column, which is the INTs. Let's go over there, because there was another thing that was talked about heavily. Remember the whole statement? Dak said he's not going to throw 10 interceptions this year, and people were putting a number on there. Can we look at that column?
Hey, you can mark that up to 15, I think, because I don't think it's updated
yet. Wow, he's top 3. He's top 3 somewhere. He is top 3 somewhere.
Oh, boy.
Keep going.
He's 8.
9.
8. He threw 1 more today, so 9.
Yeah, so
he
9.
Finished with 9. That looks like very close to the bottom of the list.
Hey, where's the MVP in the league?
Hey, he got the same amount of picks as Zappy. Dak's got the same amount of picks as Zappy, so he's got to be up there, right?
See, so I'm just saying, like, there's plenty to talk about. Finally Dak's not at the top of that list. Let's keep it real. Dak has only been on that list 1 time in his 8-year career. Once. Jalen is up there. Let's see, because that's my whole thing. Jalen doesn't have enough of a resume, in my opinion. He's literally had 1 good year, and then now this year. Those are 2 like that. I mean, now they could turn it around. They could somehow figure it out and get to the Super Bowl or whatever. But as far as the regular season stats goes, look at what Jalen has done. He was 13th in yards, and he's top 3 when it comes to interceptions. I think Philly fans have been focused on all the wrong stuff. Talking about what's going on in Dallas, and if Dallas is going to end their drought, and how long have they not won Super Bowls and this and that. Y'all got one Super Bowl, and y'all got a team that is right now in present day time falling apart. And we're going to blame coaches. Great. That's where your focus needs to be, though. Stop talking about the Cowboys. Talk about your team. It's a big difference. Y'all literally squeaked through, and y'all want to bring up the Lions game? Cool. But there's plenty of things that took place in that game. Think about this. If the refs said that 68 was eligible, do you think 68 would have been wide open on the 2-point conversion? That doesn't make sense. So don't say that the Cowboys did anything. That was on the refs. They clearly left him because their focus was on the player that they said. So saying that we squeaked by with a win, look at the Eagles schedule. There's plenty of games where we said y'all squeaked by with wins and the refs bailed y'all out. The Philadelphia Eagles is the last team on this earth to talk about someone squeaking out a W. Last team on this earth. So
out.
If you want to talk about a squeak out a W, I mean, hey, the Cardinals squeaked out a W against the Eagles.
Did they?
Hey, last week they squeaked out a W versus the Eagles. Hey.
Wait, who has the same record?
Not the Cowboys and Eagles.
Cowboys won.
Sure don't. Cowboys won.
Cowboys are 12-5, and Eagles are
11-6. Speaking of, does the Cowboys finish with a better record than the Buffalo Bills?
Yep.
I want to put that out there.
They do.
I want to put that out there.
Jason not here no more, I think.
Nah, he better be. He getting ready to go watch his boys. Because honestly, although this game doesn't have much meaning to it now, well, it still does though, because Buffalo, I'm sure, would much rather want that home field advantage.
And then they get it.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That stadium. I mean, I went to Dallas Stadium, and Dallas was rocking, but that Buffalo Stadium, yo, they was getting it in. Like I'm not gonna lie, like that is legit home field advantage. Yeah, man. They got the fireworks going. They got the whole deal. Like when they get rocking in there, I mean, like I told you, I got up out of there because me staying to the fourth quarter would have been bad. So,
who y'all got tonight, though? Who y'all got tonight?
I'm going Buffalo.
You got Buffalo?
I want Miami. Don't get me wrong. I want Miami, but I think Buffalo going to take it.
What about the bonnet?
Miami.
Okay. I got the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins should still win. So let's see.
I mean, for the Dolphins' sake, they need it though. They need it. Like they've only beaten one team over 500, which was the Cowboys, and it wasn't even like they manhandled us. They beat us, and San Fran took them to Pound Town.
Dolphins played the Niners this year?
I mean, not San Fran. Baltimore.
Yeah,
Baltimore took them to a place they didn't even go.
56-19, I think, wasn't it? Something like that.
To a place they didn't want to go as full-grown men. So, and Buffalo has that potential. I'm going to be interested to see with Buffalo, because I feel like their game plan has been take the ball out of Josh Allen's hands, give the ball to Cooks, run the ball, lessen the opportunity for Josh Allen to throw to throw an interception, let somebody else make some plays and see what happens. And that was the key to success against Dallas. Dallas didn't expect that whatsoever. They thought Josh Allen was going to be out there, and they thought it was going to be Dak versus Josh, and it wasn't. It was Cooks versus that defense. And I mean, Josh Allen came out and said it after that game. He said, it was like a school project, and I feel like I didn't help the team, help the group do anything, and we got the W. So it'll be interesting if they stick with that. not only in this game but into the playoffs. Because if Josh starts throwing those interceptions, it's gonna be a lot different.
I think I got a caller on here. I think her name is Nicole Lynn. Hold on one second.
Hello, I'm Nicole Lynn, the agent of Jalen Hurts. It was not his fault. He got a messed up finger.
Yo!
Not his fault, okay? And next week, he's not going to have no receivers, so it's still not going to be his fault. That's just terrible.
Oh man.
Yeah, we taking callers now. That's wild. Weird. That's wild. Hey, listen, you can't be mad at him, Joe. His team just took y'all to a place y'all didn't want to go either. So,
Oh man.
Thanks for coming through, Nicole, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
We got celebrity popping in. He said we beat Buffalo and Miami, but we don't get credit for that. Some other team lost. So what does that mean? Honestly, I don't know what does it mean. It means y'all beat them. Like, yeah, I'll give y'all credit for that, but y'all still a 6-loss team. So two things can be true at the same time. The Cowboys lost to them, and the truth of the matter is the Cowboys on the road is a lot different than the Cowboys at home. But y'all gave us the advantage that nobody wanted us to have. Home field. That was y'all's, and y'all fumbled the bag. You wouldn't get a debate in it.
Besides,
yeah. That was y'all's to lose, and y'all gave it to us. The Cowboys, what have I said all year long? The Cowboys at their very best, fully healthy, with Diggs, with everybody, I had them going to the NFC Championship. That was it. I never said Super Bowl, nothing. So if we get there, that's a successful year for me. Honestly, it's successful for the Cowboys because not only have we not been to the Super Bowl, but we also haven't been to the NFC Championship game. If Mike McCarthy could get them to that point, cool. Anything can happen, though. But my thing is, in the regular season, yes, Philly beat the Dolphins, and they beat Buffalo. That's really good. But then y'all turned around and lost to Dallas. So what does that mean? Like, we can play this full circle game. It doesn't make a difference. Buffalo lost to Philly, but they dog walked Dallas. Okay, what does that mean? They still needed the Jags to lose that game in order to get to the playoffs. So it's like all those things don't really matter. This year has proven that it is any given Sunday. That's to me, that's what it boils down to. Play your best ball on Sunday. That's the only important thing. If you keep looking forward and talking about everybody else, then you forget what you actually need to deal with. So it's going to be interesting. B-Rob said, I can't help but to feel it's going to be Bills-Browns AFC Championship.
Nah, I can help feeling that. That ain't happening. But
listen, Buffalo that could be it. I'm telling you, if they do that, if they keep with this formula of minimizing Josh Allen with the throwing and really utilize the run game, control the game, and all of that, it's going to be tough. That defense, the Buffalo Bills offense didn't surprise me because honestly, if you can slow down Cooks and you got some decent corners, then it'll be interesting. Which any playoff team is going to have that. It was that defense though. That defense was locked in. They didn't give Dallas an inch. It was bad, and Dallas is one of the top scoring offenses in the league. So that defense, if one you got to think about, and they got some players back healthy. So it'll be interesting.
So are we calling the Eagles the early 2000 Dallas Mavericks? Where they play good in the season. That's it. But I ain't saying that.
Hey, listen, they could be the new Cowboys for all I care. As long as we get a couple playoff wins, I'm good. Let them get in and get that one and done. I mean, but if you really look at it though, because Eagles fans have this narrative that they have been a really dominant team with one Super Bowl win. and they do have I think they've played in 3 Super Bowls. Donovan McNabb lost one, Jalen lost one, and then Nick Foles. So they've been in 3.
Mm-hmm.
They're 1-3 in the Super Bowl. 1-2, I'm sorry, in the Super Bowl. Right? But if you really look at their history, what have they ever done? They went through a drought of 50 some odd years, right? They were the one and done and not really doing anything. So it's like they have not been dominating. Again, this is another year that the NFC East has not had a repeat winner, right? It's always changing. So what dominance, they tell the story that they've been dominating the NFC East. When? Like when? When have y'all been dominating? That you haven't. So it's like, again, there's a lot to prove. There's a lot to prove. I don't want to spend all the time talking about the Eagles. It is absolutely hilarious, though, that they lost because they had the utmost confidence in their team.
I don't even know what the ending score was. I stopped watching because it wasn't good football.
Did you watch
10-27?
Wait, what did you stop watching?
The game. He said you haven't been to the Super Bowl in 30 years. But what about how many years was it of Philly not getting to the Super Bowl before y'all actually did it? I'm pretty sure it was more than 30.
It definitely was.
Or
they were just hitting the NFC Championship.
So it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, no matter how much hate, y'all can say, okay, well, Teton, you never watched your team play in the Super Bowl.
Long.
Okay, that's great.
Okay,
not long.
Years. Y'all go ahead. Talk
please,
about
yeah, please pull that up because the Eagles, they not long. They literally that time that Nick Foles took y'all to the Super Bowl was the first Super Bowl that y'all had ever played. Sorry, that was the second Super Bowl. I mean, the McNabb one was the first one that y'all had ever played.
81, 05, 18, and 23.
So from 81 to 05?
24 years. Then another 13 years. And then another 5 years.
Later, 27-10 in that Super Bowl loss.
And what happened in 80? What happened in 81?
They lost 27-10.
27-10.
So they got.
That score sounds.
So I was right. They are 1-3 in the Super Bowl. 1-3, 1 win and 3 losses. 1-3. Come on, man. Y'all got to be better than that. Like that trophy room looks so lonely. They got one little Lombardi just chilling all by itself. Now currently collecting dust.
They lost to the Raiders 27. How much did they lose by today? 27-10. They lost to the Raiders 27-10. Today, they lost to the Giants 27-10.
27-10.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this before we wrap it up. Season recaps. How do y'all feel about your own team and how this year went? Talk about that. I'll let y'all rock out.
You want to go first, Bonnet? Or do you want me to go first? Bet.
Overall, if I was to do a grade, I would say a C because I probably was me and the Giants fans was probably the only one that thought that we was making the playoffs. But then we hit a wall with injuries and all that type of stuff. So I give it a C. The only reason why I'm giving it a C is how we ended the season. That's how we ended the season.
So, man, the New England Patriots season grade from yours truly, Austin,
the Jets fan.
The Jets fan. Oh man, it feels good to watch them lose. So coming into the season, I had pretty high hopes. You had Bill O'Brien, new offensive coordinator, Mac Jones to help Mac Jones out, Bill O'Brien to help Mac Jones out. The defense got better with a great steal in the draft at 19, I think, which was Christian Gonzalez, the best corner in the draft. Can't tell me otherwise. He was on pace. If I'm not mistaken, he was on pace for Defensive Rookie of the Year until he hurt his shoulder against them Cowboys, but it is what it is. He'll come back stronger next year. But another good pickup in the draft was Keon White. He filled in good for Judon, who got hurt too. And then my sleeper pick of Demario Douglas shined. I don't know how to say it. He shined as a 6th round pick, you could say. He was my sleeper pick from this draft class. He shined, led the team in receptions, led the team in yards. Had Juju paid $11 million a year, didn't do squat. And we had this rookie come in from Liberty, go crazy. So I'm looking good there. Now to the grade of the New England Patriots. I was coming in at a B+ early in the season, but now it's definitely like a D+, D-. It was a pretty terrible season, I'm not gonna lie. But what made it good was me getting to root against the Patriots to lose. So we get that draft pick.
Because y'all got
what did y'all end up? Top 5, right?
Now we're sitting at number 3.
Yeah, they got the
Probably gonna get a QB. It's in the name. Jaden Daniels is more than likely a Patriot.
What is
So I'm sitting happy. So it's more like a D grade for the season. We excuse it. 2024 is here, man. Come on. Only up from here, right? Am I wrong? But yeah, it's like a D+, somewhere around there. It's pretty terrible.
Giants got 5th or 6th?
We got the 6.
Damn, you're not the
not
6th.
bad.
No, so we getting Drake.
Yeah, how are you gonna do that?
He gonna drop.
He's not gonna drop.
You know what? They about to start dropping some fake news on that man. They about to hit him with some type of crazy charge, some drug charge or something.
This color that normally don't happen.
That is true. Hey, I mean, Will Levis sat in that green room for 24 hours, going on almost a whole day.
He had a cherry red face going.
Yeah,
girl
probably too.
My Austin's grade for the Patriots a D+, D-, somewhere around there. Well, I'll give it a D. So we'll meet in the middle. D grade for the New England Patriots. But what about you, T-Time?
For me, this one is tough because
regular season.
Cowboys,
regular season.
Yeah, the Cowboys. So you don't want to use injuries as an excuse, right? But you do have to acknowledge the fact that, like, we lost Diggs, we lost LVE, our offensive line had some shakiness. You got, and now when I say Diggs and LVE, Leighton Vander Esch, those were 2 really important players on our defense. LVE was playing really good football, which completely dismantled our linebacker room. Even the rookie, Demarion Overshone, we lost him too. So, like, we lost a lot of players on that defense. You also got to look at it where we had somewhat of a coaching change where Kellen Moore goes out the door, Mike McCarthy takes over play calling. The beginning of the year really looked vanilla with the Cowboys offense. It was almost like they were trying to keep it. It was almost like what the Bills are doing now, keeping the ball out of Dak's hands to make those mistakes until they decided to open up the playbook. And then, you go on, our offense finishes, I want to say, in like top 5 category. Defense, I think they're top 10. I don't know. The defense is really still shaky. But, and I just got a report where Gilmore said that his shoulder injury is okay. He'll be good to go next week. So, overall, with how everything panned out, I wish we would have won some of those bigger games because, like, against those playoff caliber teams. But we did. We got an okay record against some of those teams. So for me, we do win the NFC East. We do get home field advantage, right? So, like, those automatically got to, like, bump you up. If it wasn't for that, I would have graded us at like a B+ for overcoming. Right now, I'm gonna give the Cowboys an A- because those are some big accomplishments and things to overcome. You got Deron Bland finishing with an amazing season. CeeDee Lamb finishing as top 2 wide receiver in the league when a lot of people were especially certain people that be in our comments all the time, was talking about that CeeDee Lamb wasn't even top 5 because he plays. He wasn't. He didn't. No, I'm sorry. He didn't have any. He didn't even have it in top 15 because he's a slot receiver and this and that. I don't care if he played the tight end position. His numbers speak for itself. I mean, is it CeeDee Lamb's fault for getting his yards, whether he's from the slot or the outside, or is it the defense's fault for not checking him? Because that's clearly the whole point is to make take advantage of mismatches, and they did that. So for me, some of the negatives though, our offensive line is shaky, right? We don't really have a running game, which you need that in the playoffs. Our defense can't stop a parked car in the running game. Like, those are things that are questionable for me, which is why, like, I want to give them that B area, B+. But when you really think about, like, the injuries and things, Hankins has been out. Hopefully he's back for the playoffs. It's just been a lot of moving around on our defensive side. So holding it together with according to A.J. Brown, an old Stephen Gilmore still out there locking players down. Gotta give him an A-, man. Like, I think overall, and now like playoffs, that's gonna be a whole different story. But regular season, I'm gonna give them an A- because they did what they needed to do.
Okay. But hey, let me announce I had an amazing time rooting against these guys this year. It was if y'all seen the chat, man, it was the best time ever. It was so fun rooting against the Patriots so we could get this draft pick. I was going crazy in the chat, especially
excited about
especially when we played the Giants, because that was the Tank Bull 1000 right there.
That was pretty crazy.
We had fun. I definitely had fun rooting against him today too. Brees Hall went Brees mode, went crazy.
Oh, speaking of, we never came on Tuesday to do our recap of the fantasy. So, Sam, I'm surprised he didn't hop on. I didn't really hit him up about it though. Maybe Tuesday we'll.
No, we didn't.
We never got on this week. This is our first time getting on, or no, last night.
Fantasy was last week.
Yeah, but we never.
We talked about the matchups.
The matchup, but we didn't talk about who ended up winning. So Sam ended up beating me in our. I'm
gonna share the screen right now. I'm gonna share the screen.
Yeah. So he got.
Yeah, but we talked about the matchup. They were talking trash to each other.
Yeah, we just did. That was before the final game, so we never got to that.
Let's see.
Oh, B-Rob said he showed Sam, but I'm saying like I wasn't on, and we didn't.
Right.
Sam wanted to get back on.
You just.
This one wasn't right here.
No.
All right, here, man.
That was the before, because I had my glasses on in that one too. Yeah, so it was a close game, really. Yep. So ultimately, this is what it came down to. Me and Sam was texting back and forth, and he was like, "Yo, I just need a check down to Joe Mixon."
Because that's the
Kansas City Chiefs had the ball. Few minutes left in the game. They couldn't get a first down. Gave the ball back to the Bengals. Bengals was throwing the ball.
Here we go.
And I watched it with my own eyes. The screenplay loaded up, and I could have died. I'm like, there's a minute and some change left, and they give him a screenplay that really went for no yards, but it was just enough. Just enough to give him the W. So he unseated me. I suffered my second loss. But I took down the big dog in the big money league, and your boy got that gold badge next to his name. It's going to be there all next year. So funny because I lost against Sam by a point, and I went on. Look at that. Look at that right there. I went on, and you got that beautiful gold badge. I won in that league by a point. And Pedro, if you are watching, you owe us some money. And I'm going to put this out there, and I'm going to say this to the world. If you are in any fantasy league and you don't pay your money, shame on you, and you should be banned from every single league. Banned. It's shady work. It's shady work to do garbage like that. dodging messages and all of that. I'm not gonna lie, I lose respect for grown men that operate in that way because it's not cool. Everybody else in the league paid their money. Now, I don't care if you pay your money late, things happen, but not paying your money at all, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. So, Pedro, if you are watching, I know you got my messages. I know people been hitting you up. You still owe that money, and we appreciate your services. But we moving on. I got my championship, and although my bag was a little dwindled because people didn't pay their money, I still got that gold badge next to my name. I'm coming for the bag next year. I'm coming for the bag next year. So I just want to put that out there. Super dope. B-Rob won that league last year. They dogged my team. I'm telling y'all, people were in the chat dogging my team. They was mad because I wouldn't make trades with them. All of the above. I made the necessary moves. I stuck with my team. I only missed the playoffs last year by 1 game. So I knew that my team was like right there. I needed to make some moves, and I did. I flipped some pieces and all of that, and it worked out for me. So right now, B-Rob was year number 1 winner. I'm year number 2. And hey, we never know. AJ might be able to flip that old Bills Mafia team, and it's in a true rebuild, but we'll see what happens. And the other league that we are in too, that one, that's gonna be pretty interesting. I knew my team was out this year, but that's gonna be interesting to see how.
Hold on, let me show them the team, bruh, because not gonna say nothing, but
bro, you can show his teams in all the leagues.
Wait. Oh man, bruh. Yeah. This league's actually pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
That one is good, and we actually found a replacement for that one too.
He's got Lamar.
League either.
He's got the Lamar and Zay Flowers stack, bruh. Where's he at? Oh, versus me, because my team. Oh, you can't even. Wow. So Purdy, Najee, Jamal, Robert Woods, Elijah Moore, Otten, Singletary, Dotson. But he has Lamar. He has nobody really else right now. Oh, Chase Brown, Zay Flowers, Zay Jones, Gesicki. This team's actually all right. It's not bad.
Oh, that's good.
Eagles rookie safety Sidney Brown tore his ACL in today's loss.
Damn,
that's tough.
Double whopper.
That's tough. But man, y'all want to see this team? Tommy Dimes. Look at this team.
League of Shadows. Yeah, this one. See, this is my other thing. I'm gonna put this out there too. Don't get into a dynasty league and then stop trying to tank, man, because you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna realize like this team is not good, and now you're gonna get out the league, and somebody else got to come in there and try to fix that. Like, come on, man. Like, don't be like that. If you're gonna be in the dynasty league, put the time in and actually try to make. People tried to make trades with people, and they were shooting it down, talking about you don't got nothing that I want, but your team is bottom of 10. Like, come on, like you can't. It don't make sense, man. Like, you got to do better with that. Like I said, I'm gonna put it out there. Like, that's not cool. You can't do that. You just can't come into a league and just be garbage like that. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
Tanking don't make sense.
This team is gonna look scary next year.
Whose is that?
That's
mine in the Any Given Sunday League.
Yeah.
Remember, I have the first overall pick in the rookie draft. And have Justin, Ayuk, ETN, Achane, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Jacoby, Jaden Reed, who actually came on pretty good this year. He went crazy the last couple weeks. Boom, boom.
Yo, listen, you'll be surprised, man. The teams, if you got a player like that, they can absolutely turn it around, man. Like,
right. And then Charbonnet, who actually filled in pretty good for Ken Walker when he was hurt.
I need Charbonnet to get right because
I know
my team this year, the thing that blessed me was I had all the right running backs. I had Rasheed White in Tampa. I had Singletary. I had Jerome Ford. I had Charbonnet. right? All Zach Moss. So I had all the right running backs. All those players went down. So you'd be surprised. Like you need to do your research and go and get some of those backup running backs because you just never know what's going to happen. And I just so happened to have all the backup running backs that ended up just blessing me. So it was dope, man. It was definitely dope.
Next year.
Facts.
See, my team ain't really going to compete in this league. I mean, unless I really hit in the draft, my team ain't. I don't know what I did in that.
Damn,
draft, but
that roster is crazy. What's your team looking like in this mother trucker?
T-Top almost made it.
I just missed it.
Bro, Jameer came on late, bro.
Jameer blessed me, and that's gonna be.
I know exactly. I know you were thinking about trading him too.
I traded him in the other league, though.
I know. Look at this production.
He
was projected like he's not supposed to do this.
No.
And then he comes on, boom, 27, 29, 26.
Yeah. He absolutely blessed, man. It's the way to win is wide receivers, and B-Rob, he put me on to that. He really had the wide receivers, and that's the way to really go. But I'm like, I was blessed with one CD, and I held true. People laughed at me for drafting CD in the first round. And I was just like, yo, CD is Dak's number one receiver. He's going to, once they get this figured out, he's going to force feed him. And people was like laughing at him. Like, oh, that's a homer pick. I'm like, nah, that's a smart pick because CD Lamb is number one in Dallas. Like that was a passing offense. So I'm just like, hey, laugh at me if you want to. It is what it is. That Michael Pittman blessed
Michael Pittman is underrated, bro. I like him, bro. Michael Pittman is underrated.
But I think I was top heavy. I didn't have another wide receiver.
Right.
Like
you
got hurt. It
was like Richie James, Hyatt, Booty.
Yeah.
Austin. Yeah.
And my tight end room was weak. I'm trying to figure out who want to take Kittle.
Right.
I'm all for. I'll give Kittle away for a second round pick.
Imagine the downfall of Allen Robinson. Jeesh.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Bad.
When was his breakout year? 18?
Yeah, 1 year.
Yeah,
18?
Yeah.
19.
Oh, man, it's almost the end of the first quarter. 0-0.
Yep. Tua threw a pick the first possession, I think.
Josh Allen threw an interception too.
But Allen Robinson 2019. But hey, I'm looking good in this league, man. But
fantasy definitely gonna be. It's definitely gonna be fun.
In the championship in that league, if my team did not have the worst game of the year.
Bro, those ones is painful. Those is painful, man.
Let me see what you did.
Go to the switch to weeks though.
Hold on, scores, dude. Like
not scores. You gotta go to.
Go right there. Week change to week 17 right there in the corner.
You gotta go
back up. There you go.
Week
15. It was 15.
Oh, was it the first week? Oh, 15.
Yeah, it was the first playoff.
2 on it. Damn.
Oh, he snapped that. Oh, you was right.
That's when Amari Cooper dropped that 50 bomb.
Look at that. The worst game of the season. I was on the top.
Back up.
Oh, you're on the top. Oh
my gosh. That boy went from a 118 to a 200.
Look at Bijan.
Bijan 0.4. Saquon 5. Mike Evans did his thing. Cooper Kupp did his thing. Kelsey
7.
Evan, Henry
5.
Look at what he did the last 2 weeks, though. Watch this.
Yeah, he had like 2 touchdowns each game.
Oh, well, not against Houston, but he went crazy. Oh, look. Oh, Seattle.
See,
that's when you needed him. You needed him here. Well, hey, I guess these two match up, though. Because it was both Houston, I guess. But, hey.
And if you go down, what's the name, too?
Mostert.
No, Mostert been killing all season.
Oh, DeMarcado. Jerick McKinnon.
Because Pacheco
And you
was
didn't put James Conner at. Damn.
That's tough, man.
Bruh. I mean, damn. 118
So
to
fantasy is scary, man. Any wrong move
yeah.
could mess you up. But in that case, it wasn't even that he made the wrong move. His players just didn't show up. Not one of them showed up.
44. He had 44 points in a
Look
game.
at this. Yo.
Everybody was eating, bro. The
Jeez.
following week, everybody ate.
Wow.
Hey, a couple years ago in our redraft league, that's what happened when it ended up being you versus Irv in the championship on it.
Mm-hmm.
The week before, if Irv, he should have let me win because the next week my team snapped. I lost to Irv by like a few points, and I was just like, I texted him, I'm like, bro, you should have just let me win, man, because I had the right team.
I was
I
like,
could have
yes,
beat him.
sir. And I would have won the next season, but that DeMar Hamlin thing, man.
Yeah, that's like COVID year right there. We don't need to talk about that. That was funny.
I don't know. Fantasy was fun though this year.
No, I think so. I think it was for sure. I think it's the dynasty makes a world of a difference. I think we're still gonna do the redraft minus people that don't pay. Sorry, find your new league. But outside of that, there's plenty of other people we can replace, and it could be a good time. I like redraft. Dynasty is dope.
Redraft. I already got somebody.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got somebody that's gonna replace him in the other league. We're just waiting on Q to swap him out. But yeah,
he
just showed any given.
So are we doing minus Pedro in the season league?
Heck yeah.
Okay. So it'd be us three, B Rob, Johnny, Irv, Mel.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Carl
again. Champion Sam, my bad.
Yeah, put some respect on that man name. Sam got a running back though, because I got to get my get back. First of all, I don't know how my team, y'all let my team, like I drafted a stout team. I don't know how y'all let me do that, but it was the tight ends for me. I got Hawkinson and Laporta, and that really blessed me. So it's gonna be dope though. Really, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna end this, but
this wide receiver
draft is what put me on to the redraft.
The what?
Doing the dynasty, that really put me on to some different players that I wasn't like in normal years. So
facts.
You got to do your homework in the dynasty because you drafting all rookies and all of that. So it definitely put me on. So it's definitely gonna be dope.
I would trade my draft picks and get proven players.
Hey, but I had a lot of rookies that blessed me. Gibbs, Laporta, Hawkinson. Well, Hawkinson isn't he wasn't a rookie, but I had a lot of rookies that really stepped up and did some good work for me. So I agree with you too, though. Like proven players is definitely the way to go. If you can find somebody that want that draft pick and they'll give you a good piece.
I got the second round draft pick. I'm holding on to. I know somebody gonna bite at it.
Second round is. Man, listen, closer when it gets closer to whatever you set, whatever the league said they draft, that's when you're gonna start seeing a lot of action because them draft picks was moving and people gonna start seeing who declares for the draft, who's coming out, all the projections, and then that's when it's gonna start getting interesting.
This wide receiver class is deep this year too.
It is, and QB.
This wide receiver class is deep for sure.
Whoever getting drafted to KC, I'm aiming for.
Heck yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Imagine they get Keon Coleman, Roma Dunze. Shoot.
Hey, B-Rob, I'll pull it out of you at bowling. We'll see. I'll try to get some of your nuggets. I got 3 third-round picks. Yeah, it's gonna listen. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna get spicy. It's definitely gonna get spicy. It's a lot going on. Yo, the other thing in our next stream, we could talk about the Pick'em League too. That's definitely going really good. I know I'm out. I ain't even check. I mean, I do my lineups, but I ain't even check it. But depending on how this week goes, the Tuesday or whenever.
I made a crazy run and pick 'em the last few weeks. I was on
Mine
it.
was.
I
So
asked you because you was above
Yeah,
me.
that's.
do we
I
want
was just
to
also-
say the winners right now?
Well, I think it's still going on though. That was the
It's
thing.
done. It is done.
This is it.
Yeah, this is the last week. So, and top has got two picks ahead. So,
Oh, so
you want to name them off right now?
nah.
Nah, we'll
Y'all
wait.
have fun with that. Yeah, we'll wait.
All right. But yeah, it's all
What?
set. So 1,
Yeah,
2, and 3 is set. So
Nah, but B-Rob said, I think it does playoffs.
no, it don't.
It's just for season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, hey. Oh, I got fifth place though over Bonnet. I guess depending on tonight's
This
game.
because you chose the Bills.
No, I chose the Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah, y'all are gonna be the same no matter what.
And we got the tiebreaker, the same 52.
We picked the same score.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Hey, I finished top 5 though. I ain't mad at it. Yeah, that'll be interesting. But we'll talk about that on another one of our streams. I gotta get something to eat. I'm
We got to
starving.
do a whole segment.
Yeah.
People could join up. That was funny.
Yeah. Pick'em is definitely fun. Hopefully, we get some more people to join in. A lot of people wanted to join in after the fact, but now that we kind of got this thing figured out,
we gotta put it out early. Early.
Well, I mean, B-Rob was on it though. He was talking about it in the streams and stuff.
Yeah.
But we know what to do now, so it's definitely gonna be interesting. But
entries,
yeah, we get it, run it up for sure. But it's gonna be dope. So we'll try to get back on sometime this week and go over some of these playoff situations and things like that. But we gotta watch this other game and get ready for the work week. So it's your boy T-Time here. AJ in the bonnet. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Don't forget to like this video. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Facebook.
SB Sports Show on TikTok. So
yeah, check us out.
Check it out.
and just keep following us. And we appreciate y'all. It's a SuperBiased Sports Show. It's a place where a fan can be a fan no matter how biased their takes are. We out of here.
Yes, sir.
How you like me now?